Hey guys, CloneGuy here, and today we are talking about premium tanks and why you should never buy a premium tank in World of Tanks. And I was like, what? Never buy a premium tank? I'm serious. You should never ever buy it. And there's plenty of reasons why, and that's what we're going to be jumping into today, as to why it's frankly just not worth it. The first reason being is, well, the most obvious one, they're giving away premium tanks like they're candy on Halloween. Just log in and take a look at your ops, basically any day of the month. Log in and you'll see that there's some kind of premium tank that's free. Whether you earn it through your missions, you earn it through your ops, you earn it through challenges, you earn it through a contract, or you earn it through the season pass. There's always some kind of free premium tank out there. Why would you spend money for something that you can get for free? Like, I don't know why this is what they've decided to do with their monetization of their game. It doesn't make much sense to me, but it is what it is. Basically, if you're going to do this, you're going to give away what made you the most money in the past, and you're going to give that away for free, then you have to replace that with something else, which they haven't done, which is weird, and that would be cosmetics. They should really be investing heavily into buyable cosmetics. That is the direction I think World of Tanks should go, but it's not. But that's point number one. You just get, there's free premium tanks everywhere. Then you're like, but Clone, if I get a free premium tank, I'm not getting the one that I want. I get whichever one they decide to release for free. That's true, you're right. But the amount of premium tanks that I have in my garage that I've not paid for, which are incredible, is ridiculous. Like, there's so many. And let's just take a look at some of the premium tanks that they've released in the past and why buying them might not be a great idea. For instance, the Fatherland or the IS-3A. That tank underperforms, and it's always underperformed. And that one was free at one point, too. Both versions were free at one point. But if you bought it for 15,500 gold, which is how much it's worth, the Fatherland version, then you're probably expecting something to be half decent, but it's not. And rather than buffing it, which they should have done, they instead, giving it the auto-loader or auto-reloader like it has on PC, they instead released a completely different version, the Stockade. Oh, this tank isn't good enough? Well, instead of us fixing that, here's another version that you can buy. So you bought a worthless tank, and you don't get a refund for it. That's basically what Wargaming does here on console especially, is you're gonna get these tanks, which feel good, but then they're not gonna replace them with something else for you to use. Instead, they're gonna make you buy something better because the one you bought is worthless. Another instance is the Canonian Jagdpanzer. The Canonian Jagdpanzer, I think, is amazing. A lot of people think it's great, but it is the worst played tier rate in the game. The worst. It has a 46% win rate. It's a horribly played tank destroyer. Rather than giving it two options of guns, like they do for many of the tech tree tanks, instead of replacing tech tree tanks, they decide to re-release it with a 105. You can buy a brand new premium tank instead of having option of two guns. Like, how hard is that? Because they're not going to make money off of that. They want to make sure that you are paying them that you are paying them for their mistakes. And so that's another reason why you should not be buying premium tanks, because they're just going to replace your tank and put a better one in and not refund you when they realize they made a mistake. They make mistakes all the time, and you're not gonna get reimbursed for it. It's another reason why you should avoid. Another reason is basically Cold War. I'm gonna go out and tell you Cold War. Like, why do you buy a premium tank? You don't buy a premium tank because it's better, or at least you shouldn't be. You don't go, oh, I just want to have the edge on somebody, so I'm gonna buy a premium tank. That's never how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be you bought premium tanks for credits. You bought premium tanks for silver. Now you don't. There's no reason to get a premium tank for your credits because, again, they're giving them away for free. And Cold War exists, which I guarantee you have a premium tank in. That mode makes bank. There's just so much Wargaming does right now that bloats the ecosystem, bloats the economics of this game. There's no reason to go out and buy a premium tank anymore. And yet people still do it. Gotta catch them all, basically, they're saying. But you're buying garbage, and you're funding them for stupidity. Basically is what you're doing. My philosophy and this is my own, you don't need to copy, but I mean, come on, it's common sense, is if you're not putting forth a good product, why am I giving you money for it? Well, I'm not. I'm not going to give you money for a product that isn't worth it. And most of their premium tanks aren't worth it because they're just going to release free premium tanks later down the road. And so there's no reason for me to be spending my money on premium tanks. This tank here was free at one point. The Panzerjäger was free at one point. The ISU 130 that you saw in the background was free at one point. The Kanonen Jagdpanzer that we talked about was free at one point. The Kanonen 105, I think was it the 105 or is it the Striker? Both of them are 105s. One of those was free at one point. That's why I have them. I didn't buy them. One of them was gifted to me, and one of them I won. They just released these things for free. There's no reason. There's no reason at all to buy these things. And this TVP in the background, man, was it a fun tank. It was a good tank, and I liked it. It was quite unique among the tank destroyers. Very similar to the Kanonen Jagdpanzer in the sense that it had low alpha, but very high rate of fire, high DPM. Not as high as the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, but you were a bit more flexible because of your turret, which is very helpful. You had very high pen standard rounds, very high pen premium rounds. And you had incredible HE rounds, 420 alpha damage with a 4 seconds reload, which you're going to see at the end of this replay, just how quickly that racks up damage. So you had these things that made this tank pretty good and pretty fun. Then they released the Panzerjäger, the American, or I guess Norwegian, but the American tank destroyer, which is basically this tank, but it's faster, and it has better premium rounds. It doesn't have better premium rounds, actually. It's actually slightly worse premium rounds, but it has better standard rounds. Yes, it has 3mm less penetration than the standard rounds, but your shells aren't traveling at 700 meters a second. They're traveling at like 1400. This thing's shell velocity is slow. That was kind of a balancing factor. And it's smaller, it's faster, 10 degrees of gun depression, better camouflage. It's just a better tank. And that's what I mean. You might put your money into this, but they're just going to release something better. And that's because Wargaming has this idea now in the game that they have to look at that alpha, that they have to release tanks that are better and better, premium tanks, that is. Instead of, you know, making premium tanks how they used to be, which was strictly for making money. The IS-6. Nobody's going to tell you the IS-6 is an absolutely incredible broken tank, because it's not. It underperforms compared to the other heavy tanks. Other heavy tanks punch right through its upper plate. The IS-6 can't do that. So what makes the IS-6 special? Well, preferential matchmaking, a unique styled hull, and it makes money. That was the role of a premium tank. Now you don't need that role. So Wargaming are not producing premium tanks for you to make money anymore. They're producing premium tanks for you to buy because they're better, or they have something useless but it's novel. You know, oh, this one has a flamethrower, come buy it. Oh, this one was a tier 8 but we up-tiered it to tier 9. Oh, I gotta buy that. Why? Why are you buying a worse tier 9? Like, that's the other thing they do. They up-tier. The amount of tanks in this game that are up-tiered from their PC versions, just so they could sell them more, is ridiculous. You're not gonna get a tank from PC that was a tier 9 and then they sell it here on tier 8. That doesn't exist. The only thing you're gonna get are tier 9s and 8s that are up-tiered to tier 9s and 10s. They're not going to down-tier a tank. They're only ever going to up-tier. And that, again, is another problem with premium tanks. But hopefully I've kind of given you why I believe you should not be buying premium tanks. There's no point. Spend your money elsewhere. Get premium time. You get a year of premium time for $50 on Black Friday. That's where I usually put my money. I haven't in years because my premium hasn't run out in forever. Again, because they give it away like candy. But that is my video today. I just wanted to put that PSO out there so that you know what's going through my mind. Premium tanks, no need to buy them. You've got plenty already, I guarantee it. And plenty of tech trees to grind. I'll see you guys all later. Take care, everyone, and peace out.